Mic test. Mic test. Hello, hello, hello.
Hello.
Hey there! Have you ever wondered what if the things we call normal are actually the things that hurt us the most? Hey partner, come here.
In a culture where fitting in is expected,
And questioning norms is often avoided.
who are we really behind the mask? Hey there, we are Personified Podcast, where we uncover the truths behind the personas we live by.
And today, we're asking, does normal really mean healthy?
But before that, partner, how are you today?
Well, I'm fine partner. The weather is really amazing. It's so clear, the sky is so clear. And the breeze actually is so amazing.
You don't feel hot at all?
Now partner, we can talk this matter just by ourselves, right?
Yes, you're right. That's why I actually invited guest speakers today for this topic. Scoot over. Okay. Please welcome Carlos Medroso, Ryuu Valdes, and Leonard Pontipedra.
Partner, I think our viewers might get confused we start agad-agad. You know what I mean?
I get what you mean. What you're trying to say, what you're trying to say. Since we want to avoid viewers getting confused, let's tackle this topic this way. Let's divide it into 5 subtopics na lang. First, we'll talk about utang na loob. It occurs very, since before pa talaga. Until now, we still have it amongst our community, right? Yeah. And how about Makisama, where you'd have to be positive at all times with everybody, cooperate. And then family pressure. Because it's also very applicable for us because we're the children of very families, different kinds of families, right?
Yeah.
And then that's for the fourth subtopic. Maybe we can talk about shame and criticism, when they always say that they criticize you so that you can build your well-being. And then for our fifth subtopic, maybe we can talk about toxic positivity. Right?
But first, partner, let's start with a simple question. Muna. Have you ever realized something you thought was normal wasn't actually okay?
What about you guys? What are your thoughts on this?
Well, for me, there are some situations that we think are normal, but it's actually not. Like, for example, toxic situations where they just say, tiis lang, or just endure it. But it's actually not to endure. You have an actual choice where you can just walk away or talk about this situation where it's toxic and it's really harmful for you. You have a choice to walk away when it is possible. So for you guys, do you have any situations like this?
I've actually experienced that kind of statement or like pero nagsabi sa akin ng ganyan. For example, my siblings. And
Okay, speaker. Why can't you stop laughing? Tell me right now.
I don't really know.
Why? What's making you laugh right now?
I feel like this is one of my toxic
Situation?
situation. Kapatawa. Whenever I feel drained and then I share my problems towards my family or any friends, they would just tell me that it's okay to feel that way. All you have to
That?
yeah. All you have to do is keep moving on. Then it's kind of invalidating my feelings because
it's not okay.
Yeah, it's not okay. But yeah.
You're supposed to feel okay na lang because they said it's gonna be okay.
Yeah.
That's normalized a lot, right?
Yeah.
I get what you mean, guys. Now, shall we proceed to our next subtopic? Our first subtopic is utang na loob.
Uy, grabe, partner. And that one, I really wonder why some of us Filipinos still think that it should be normalized. It's often seen as gratitude, but does it always have to stay that way? Guys? Does it always have to stay that way?
Well, for me, it's a no for me. Because you shouldn't really expect something in return when you like when you treat someone snacks or when you give someone something for free. You shouldn't really like expect something in return just because you gave them something in return. It's like when you okay, let's put it as this. It's like giving unconditional love where you love someone but you do not expect something in return. It is like that where the people here have this normalization na utang na loob where they expect something in return when they give.
Wait, so you're meaning to say we're supposed to have unconditional love. We're supposed to have unconditional love instead of conditional love. Is that what you're trying to say? Utang na loob?
Yes.
Okay, then. Do you guys have an experience where you had the experience? Do you have an experience where you have this mentality of utang na loob?
Yeah. Yeah, I have quite experiences. I mean, not quite, but a lot of experiences. But one of the experiences that really stood out to me is between me and my brother. Growing up, me and my brother had a really strong bond despite being only half brothers. And then he really supported me with a lot of things in life. Like, for example, giving me baon when I don't have any, or helping me do my studies when I struggle. But the downside of it the downside of him helping me was he likes to what is this called remind me of what he's done for me in order for me to do the same for him. For example, I had there is one time that he taught me some skills about riding a car. And after that, um,
You see here, that's when you see that a person isn't actually vocal to everybody because he finds it funny when he's being open. Ba? Continue, B.
continue.
May bloopers ba eh?
Is that
How about the others? Do you guys have an experience?
I have none. Other people has utang na loob on me.
What do you mean?
So you're the one who's giving.
Yes, I'm generous.
And then you ask for something in return?
No, I don't.
Wait.
Yes.
sure?
Yes. You're my proof that I don't ask something in return.
Perfect. How about you, Ryuu? Do you have an experience?
Well, for me, I have experience because I'm not really financially stable. My family isn't. So, some of my friends, I ask for them, like, for small change or something like that. But, sometimes, when someone gives me some small change, they remind me, uy, may utang ka pa sa akin, di ba? Like 20 pesos or 10 pesos. And I'm just asking, not like hindi ako nag-uutang. I'm asking them properly, hey, do you have maybe 10 pesos that I can that I can
You didn't
just,
expect to like
use?
having to pay in return?
Well, I kind of expected it because I'm the one asking and it's actually normalized na na possibly nag-uutang lang.
So you're saying that it might be from their own mindset that you yourself should also give back what you took from them. Okay, how about you, partner? Do you have any experiences of utang na loob type of situations?
Me personally, I have my grandparents take care of my allowance. And then whenever it might come up to them that I didn't respect them, like through my actions or through my words, they would always say like, why are you acting like that? Did you forget that we paid for this and that we always gave you allowance? Um it's unhealthy for me because I'll feel like guilty, but you know, it's my fault for like not being respectful. But there are other ways where you can respond to some someone disrespecting you. You cannot always like um you cannot always say that I've always done this for you and that and that. You can always say like, hey, that's quite disrespectful. I think that you might harm the others. You cannot say like, I've always done this for you. Why are you acting like that? Na 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 na. It will make it will make the person you're talking to like feel guilty. Again, guilty, and then I don't know the other term. But yeah, that's my experience with utang na loob.
Wait. I have something. I want to take back what I said earlier. Sorry. I want to take back what I said earlier. Actually, I had an experience. It was from my classmate. My classmate keeps on helps me with my school activities. So whenever he asks something from me, he keeps on reminding that he did something for me, so I should do something for him too.
Which classmate?
I won't say.
Really?
No, no,
You like so you gave them something in return for their activities?
yeah.
Oh, I see. How about the others? Do you guys have any other experience? Okay. Now, let me ask. Guys, do you still consider it kindness if it comes with expectations? How about you, partner? Do you still consider it kindness if it comes with expectations?
Personally, well, it's okay to expect, I guess, if that person can actually reach your expectations, but if it's an expectation it's a bit
Impossible.
impossible or too far reach for that person, I think there's a limit to what you can expect. And I won't say na it fully extracts the kindness when expecting, but somewhat it loses its essence of it if
A sense of kindness.
if it's too much expectations of that one.
The next subtopic we have, guys, is Makisama. It sounds positive, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Being cooperative and stuff, but like, does it have a downside, you guys?
Well, yes. For me, too much pakikisama becomes people pleasing.
Mm.
Too much of it can lose your own opinion just so you can avoid conflict. So you can you are afraid of speaking of your own opinion just so you wouldn't be judged by others like your friend groups or such.
Do you have an example of that, like happening, or personal experience rather?
Actually, yeah. For me, there was situation for me where in my circle of friends sa una, when I was grade 9, I think, they were discussing about LGBTQ members and such of the gay community. So they were discussing on they were like disrespecting them, and they were like not validating them. They're like, oh, you're not really a man or a woman. They don't really respect the pronouns and such. And I'm afraid of speaking my own opinion because I have my own opinion on that as well, which is conflicting to theirs because the majority of theirs are just them disagreeing on it. And meanwhile, I'm I'm like on the other side. I'm backing up the LGBTQ members, but
You cannot say it
yeah,
loudly.
I cannot say it loudly because I'm afraid of judgment and maybe I'll get kicked out of the group. So yeah.
How about you, Carlos? Do you have an experience?
I would like to add some downside about that statement of Ryuu. Some of it is losing yourself in the process of trying to fit in. For example, me, I had some quiet friends back then who loves to drink. And not just occasionally, but it's like for them it becomes a hobby.
Hobby?
Yeah, it becomes a hobby or something they do in life that they cannot do. I mean, they cannot live without it.
They have basically normalized it.
Yeah, they've normalized doing it. Then it gets to the point where I get dragged into drinking also. Despite me, I don't really drink that much. Only occasionally if there's an event, for example, my birthday, my friend's birthday, like that, or a family gathering. And then it gets to the point where I sometimes tell myself that um ngano magkuan mo ka nganong dili man nimo sugton ang mga offer nila na friends ba na sila, and I don't want to ruin the mood of them, because just like Sir Peter had an experience within his old students, he mentioned it way back about drinking, like trying to respect them because he gets offered. It goes the same way as what I experienced too. I would drink with them
Out of respect.
out of respect, yeah, not because I want to, but because I want to respect them and don't want to ruin the mood.
That's very understandable. Okay. And then, since we're talking about, oh my god, since we're talking about pakikisama being what you guys have experienced, cooperative with others, have you guys ever said yes to something you didn't actually want to do?
Yes. Yes, we have. I have an experience about that. It was back then when I was in grade 10, with my previous circle of friends. They kept on inviting me to cut classes, even though that I don't want to because I might miss lessons, important lessons. But then I don't want to disappoint them, so I'll just go with them so that I wouldn't disappoint them. Yeah.
So, partner, we've noticed a pattern here, no? All of them have said yes, but all of them also had a choice to say no,
Yeah.
right? So, guys, why do you think it's like hard for Filipinos to say no?
Well, for me, I think Filipinos have the hard time of saying no because they are afraid of the disappointment that that they give to others, like the expectations they have. They don't want to like bring down that. They want to satisfy other people because they don't want to disappoint them. Yeah. It's like people pleasers. They want to please people just because they want to.
So, you're saying Filipinos are people pleasers?
I guess yeah, sort of like that.
Okay.
So as you can see here, it's more of all of you are somewhat just going with the flow in order to achieve peace instead of conflict. Then here's a question for you. So would you say we choose peace even if it means losing our voice?
Hmm.
You want to answer?
Pontipedra.
Yeah, many people uh chooses peace just so that they could avoid tensions to other people, even if it means that they are being silent. Yeah.
Would you guys choose peace over having a voice, or would you guys have a voice?
I'd rather I'd rather choose peace because I don't want conflict. I don't want conflict happening in my life. I don't want anything happening in anything annoying or bad happening in my life.
How about the others?
Well, for me, it's situational because sometimes I want to have my own voice as well because there are some times na it's really wrong, it's really harmful.
Like below the belt?
Yeah, it's like below the belt. It's very, very harmful. It's like very toxic. Just to, just to satisfy them, you have to do this, you have to do that. So I want to have a voice that I can disagree and I can talk about my own opinion on that as well.
Since you mentioned that it would be situational for you, what would be the situations where you would choose to be silent na lang in order to have peace? Like an example of situation.
Mm, maybe like in family gatherings where they expect you to do something. So you just do that so you won't disappoint them.
Carlos, would you choose peace or voicing out?
I think I would choose peace. Just like what Ryuu said about families, we were taught to be considerate and prioritize our relationship with others. But sometimes in terms of families, the consideration we had to them, we have to do for them is like out of obedience, despite being like it contradicts our morals inside of us.
Obedient. You choose to be obedient.
Yeah.
Oh.
So you notice also pattern your partner, like how the both of them, Leonard and Carlos, have the same thoughts of keeping the peace. However, there's one person that got out of that pattern, which was Ryan. And actually, the personally for me, I won't choose peace just and lose my voice because of it. And Ryu's solution to that problem is actually very brilliant, I would say. Why? Because he said it's
Being situational?
yeah situational and it depends on the situation. And other than that, yes, there are also times that you have to really go with the flow in order to like understand and more operate with one another and also try out new things. That's important also. But it's also important to stay true to yourself, to show your character on what you really believe in. That's what I personally.
Well, for me, partner, I think that we shouldn't be situational. Like, if you choose to disregard small things, it can lead up to bigger things, right? So, like, if you continue to deal with someone like giving you small comments, like it starts from small comments, then possibly the after a few time, then maybe they will say something that is very offensive. So I think that from the very start, you should correct, you should voice out so that you can fix things and then you'll get peace, right? So that nothing wrong can happen because everybody is enlightened na. Right? Because everybody is.
Now, after talking about pagkikisama, now let's talk about family. We always hear family first, right?
Yeah.
But can that be become unhealthy?
Um, I think it becomes very unhealthy when we always. I mean, it's okay to prioritize your family. Family first. The term family first, I actually respect that. And then
Mm. And then,
I respect that, and then I value the word family first. But when we actually um put our family first and then set aside our goals, it actually contradicts it actually contradicts our freedom to live as well. You know, it makes us feel trapped, it makes us feel drained, and it even makes us feel less of a person because if we actually depend on our family's opinion or our family's orders, it you know it may makes it may
It may
And then,
it may what?
and you?
It may what?
Ooh, ooh, ooh. it
Guest speaker here, by the way.
Ikaw,
Continue.
Chill. Lagi pasok mo ni Kurt. See.
Ah, you're done answering na?
Yep.
Okay. I'll give the mic to the others na lang.
Well,
Family first.
yeah.
First.
For me, it's very toxic as well. The phrase "family first," where there's situations or there's times na for example, you're all grown up na, you have a job, and then they tell you, oh, you have a job na, you should support your family first because we've already supported you when you were a child, so they expect you to support them when you can't even support yourself because of the minimum wage job we have right now. Because of that, they're expecting a lot in return when they raise you. It's like utang na loob as well. So when we say family first, sometimes it's applicable, but sometimes it's really not.
How about you, Mr. Leonard?
Can I add something?
Oh.
So I had a experience pala with my family about like that. My experience with them is like how they choose my career. My mother always reminds me that I should do civil engineering or any engineering area because where I am placed right now in this city. But in my heart, I always wanted to be a med tech or a pilot. And when she kept reminding me about being not engineering na ka, not civil engineering nga, or mechanical lang, it really drains me because it makes me feel not seen of what I want or what my or what or where I am passionate, you know. Yeah.
You're not able to express your uh, wants in life.
Yeah.
To add more on Carlos' discussion about that, about the concept of um family pressure. How about you guys? How about the two of you? How do you deal with that when it comes to family pressure?
Leonard.
I actually don't know how to deal with it, but the only thing that I do is I just follow what they want me to do so that they would feel respected and they would be happy.
So here's a difficult question. Is it okay to distance yourself from family?
Okay, I have one. Well, the question was, is it is it okay to distance yourself from family, right?
Yeah.
Well, yes, if it is toxic and it's like affecting your mental health. When when your family is too much for you and they're like crossing your boundaries and they're bringing you down instead of helping you get up, that's the sign.
Lifting you.
Yeah, that's the sign where you need to leave your family. Like you need to distance yourself from them because they actually like give instead of giving like what's that called? Instead
Positive.
instead of giving positive positive, yeah, but maybe positive
Positivity.
vibes, yeah, positivity. They're giving negativity. They're bringing you down with them, with their like attitude, or maybe their expectations to you that you can't actually achieve. So yeah, it's
That's when
a
you're supposed to distance yourself from your family.
yes.
But what about when things are okay with your family, right? But you want to distance yourself from family. Why do you think that it would that be okay? Like you're on good terms with your family, but you want to distance with them. Would that be okay?
Well, maybe if they had a reason or personal problems that they can't discuss with their family. Like, for example, a relationship they've been hiding from their family, or they have been having addiction or such things. So it's actually okay to distance from family. But it's actually advisable as well to get help from your family since they're the closest ones you have. But sometimes people are not really close to their family. So you
That's
can,
understandable.
yeah. So you can maybe rely on one of your close friends. You can open up to them, rant to them about what problems you're having. Because if you don't trust your family, you can have friends that you can trust.
So we mentioned earlier, right, that some of us here have the utang na loob mentality, and we like to go with the flow because we have respect for them, diba? So where do we draw the line between respect and self-respect?
Respect should not take away your dignity. So according to a researcher named um, Nedra Glover Glover Tawab, healthy relationships need boundaries, meaning you can respect your family while still protecting your well-being. Yeah.
So do you guys have times where um you'll come across a challenge where you're having you are bound to choose between having self-respect or respect for them?
Yes, a lot of times actually. But um it's like a line where you have to choose whether to follow your family's orders or you should consider giving yourself of how you actually feel. There's a line between that. And yes, I would say there are times where I cross the line of respecting my family in order to just voice out what I truly felt about the situation and what their orders, what do you call this, did to me, mentally and physically. So, yeah.
So it's not about choosing yourself over family, and it's about not losing yourself completely. No. Another common thing is pinapahiya para matulog. Do you think that works, guys?
Mm,
Pinapahiya
let's
para matulog.
let's like a situation here. Like for example, your your teacher asks you to answer something on the board, and then you think it's correct, but actually the teacher corrects you in a, what do you call
Mocking.
it? Yeah,
Disrespectful way.
maybe like mocking or disrespectful way, or that like they're making you, what's that called? Basta mahiya. Like,
Pinapahiya.
yeah, pinapahiya ka lang kasi wrong yung answer mo. So, it's like that. But there's you learn something, but you also lose your your confidence, yeah. And it makes you not want to answer again because of that teacher that just made you like shameful of your answer, or like your, what do you call it?
The thing you did.
Opinion.
The thing you did in front.
Yeah, like the thing you did in front. You do not like want to answer again because of that.
So it may work for some, but most of the time, but most of the time it doesn't. Because your confidence is already ruined.
Yeah.
Do you guys ever wonder what the difference is between discipline and humiliation? Humiliation. Yeah.
Discipline is that it corrects behavior with respect, but with humiliation, it just shames the person that's doing it. One builds them, and one just shames them.
So there's also a clear difference between discipline and humiliation. So according to a researcher, Mr. Brenny Brown, discipline helps a person grow, while shame focuses on making a person feel bad or about themselves, which can be harmful.
Last topic, resilience. Filipinos are known for being strong, but can that become toxic?
Will not become toxic, guys?
I think I agree that Filipinos are strong, resilient in situation that affects them, like example struggles like that. But I think it becomes I think it becomes the downside of it is how it's like we're not allowed to be weak or nor vulnerable in situations like that, because some people would just tell you na it's okay na to have struggles like that because they have also experienced that things too. But for me, yeah,
It becomes toxic
yeah,
now.
it becomes toxic.
How about you, Ryo?
So for me, well, yes, the phrase na kaya mo yan becomes toxic when we're not allowed to like rest or admit that we're struggling with a certain thing. Like for example, you're depressed and then you have no one but only a friend that doesn't know how to comfort you. So they say, kaya mo yan, just antos lang, like that.
So you're forced to be resilient na.
Yeah, and you're forced to like bottle up all your emotions because you can't really rant about it to someone that doesn't really know how to comfort you. Like they can't really relate to you or something. So you're forced to bottle it all up until you can't really handle it anymore.
Here's an example I thought just now, partner. Remember when back in 2025 or 2024 when we were experiencing flood flood uh, yeah, that was only raised when we noticed that Filipinos are often expected to be resilient, and when the flood comes around down, you're supposed to have know ways on how to survive it and how to make things by yourself. We're forced to forget that we have a government must that supposed to be the one that's helping us. We're not supposed to be always like, I can do this and that, I can swim in the flood and not actually not have a problem about it. But like um that was raised like Filipinos being resilient, and I appreciate that we actually noticed that the Filipinos are being too resilient, that we actually ignored that we're supposed to be improving, we're not supposed to be experiencing this type of flood when we have so many budget for our flood controls, and then that raised the problem, the flood control problem, and then boom, it all popped out that there was corruption and stuff that was happening. So maybe, just maybe, if this issue is fixed, Filipinos are not always expected to be resilient na, diba po?
Now, expounding on Ryu's discussion earlier, when does encouragement become pressure?
Encouragement.
Yeah, embarrassment becoming pressure instead of actually helping you. Instead of actually even losses that encouragement as a way to boost yourself. Now it's just became a basher in a way you just get it over with that.
Like the situation I've said earlier, it becomes pressure when people ignore what you feel. Like they didn't really understand what you said and what you felt at that moment. So they just said, just be positive, or it feels like
So you're pressured to feel positive.
yeah, yeah. It feels like pressure when you're already drained, you're already like down. So it's like giving pressure on what you are feeling. So yeah, it's like that.
A researcher named Susan David, I think, shows that constant pressure to stay positive can lead to emotional suppression. So, which may harm from mental well-being. Yeah, that's
So instead of healing, people just endure.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
This is why it's very important to emphasize, like guys. Yeah, it's very important to like even if like your emotional intellect is rather, we would say, small. You should learn how to like put yourself.
You should at least learn.
At least learn rather, yeah. You should at least learn to put yourself in someone else's shoes or that person's shoes and emphasize how would you feel if you were in their shoes.
Okay, guys. So among all the normal things that we tackled today, which one do you think should change? Like, most important thing should change.
I think the one thing that we should change out of all the topics that we have discussed is staying silent, because as I have said it before, I always stay silent in situations where I could have defended myself or speak about what how I feel. And then I think staying silent can be unhealthy for us, and I mean not just for us but for the people that we had a um problems or complications too, because staying silent cannot actually solve problems. It only lingers the it only stays the problem in in a present situation.
That's actually a very good point, Carlos. Well, for me, the one normal thing that I think we should change is that the idea that we should just ignore toxic situations. We need to normalize the we need to normalize walking away when it's harmful, because it isn't just healthy to just ignore toxic things in your life. That we should just baliwala lang natin yung mga situations that are harmful for us and that can actually affect long-term problems. So what about you?
I actually have the
Leonard?
same answer as Carlos because I just realized from what you guys said that um staying silent doesn't give you peace. It you call this it
If you conflict?
yeah, it gives you conflict because you couldn't say what you want to say or what you want to how you want to defend yourself. Yeah.
Ah, okay.
The first step in changing is to face the problem that you're having. And it's great that you guys are actually acknowledging these types of situations and issues that you should change.
Yeah.
Now, the second step is planning on how you will change this. So now, what's one thing you can do to start changing these issues?
We can start by setting boundaries
Hmm.
and speaking honestly and respecting both other people and ourselves.
Well, for me also, it relates to Leonard's statement. It's actually to just not be afraid of what what's your opinion, or what you need to say. Don't be afraid to speak up, basically.
One thing we can do is being honest with ourselves and learning how when to say no into some certain things. Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, do you have anything else to say, Kleigh? Okay. At the end of the day, not everything we grew up with is wrong, you know, because it helped shape us, like not help in a healthy way, but it helped make what we are now. But like,
But everything, but not everything should stay the same.
we're not canceling culture.
We're improving it,
This has been First on a Five.
where we uncover the truths behind the personas we live.
Thank you for listening. Thank you, sir.
Mic test. Mic test. Hello, hello, hello.
Hello.